Welcome, everyone, to episode 35 of Over the Line podcast on the Degenerate Sports Network. This week, we are bringing you week 14 of the NFL, and we are in the conference championship week of college football. So, not a ton of games to pick from like there usually is on the college slate. There is still one regular season game, like always, with Army Navy.
Yeah, mm.
So we'll have that to pick from. And then obviously we have the NFL. It's starting to wind down. Some teams that were looking hot at the beginning of the year are starting to putter out right now, and some teams are starting to surge. It's the NFL, though. We see it every year. I don't know why I feel so surprised. But how did everyone do last week on their betting? I know it was just thought on the show, but anyone?
I didn't do a damn thing, Casey. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't.
Yeah, all right. Dalton, how did you?
Positives. We hit the Turkey Day parlay.
We did hit
You did.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was at the cost of Amon-Ra getting hurt, but it still hit. Yoshi-Vash, he was close
huge.
to scoring one time, and then he did get it so that was a nice little payout.
Yeah. Other than that, got skunked on NFL. Should have hit my NFL parlay. I hit 2 out of 3 unders, but then the Raiders had to continue to give up meaningless touchdowns to the Chargers in the fourth quarter because, of course, why not? We can't just get beat 28-14. Got to be.
Oh,
No. That'd be, just all those meaningless points cost me. So that didn't hit. Did hit a couple college bets, but kind of broke even on college. I more or less broke even. I think I lost 0.08 units because I hit my lock and I hit my favorite bet with Texas money line.
Yeah.
So that was the one success of the weekend in college, but it's been a rough go with football.
Yeah. I went 2-1 in both, so I'm chasing my NFL right now, trying to go positive by the end of the year. Just slowly keep digging at it. So college football, it's a lost cause at this point.
You think yours is a lost cause? Look at my freaking record making picks. What am I talking about?
You just got to keep shooting the ball. That's all you got to keep doing.
Yeah. I just need to pick like 50 games this week, and I might be able to,
Hey, and like a NBA 3-point percentage, that's hitting right there.
It's all right.
That's hitting right there.
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, so that's the way I'm going to look at it in my college football. So let's go ahead and get into our betting for this week. It's all 4 of us again, so we're going to have our F1. Jake, why don't you go ahead and kick us off with the F1?
This is the last F1 race of the year.
Wow.
And we have 3 drivers that can still win the championship, which hasn't happened since 2010.
Ooh.
So
wow, some
pretty,
history.
Yeah. Which is kind of makes the sport sound kind of bad that it hasn't happened since 2010.
I'm not gonna lie, it didn't make me feel good when you said that to me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna accept it.
That's how
But
NASCAR
there's
was
just been
for years.
True.
Yeah.
There's been so much dominant. I mean, Lewis Hamilton won it 5 years in a row, and then Verstappen's won it the last 4. So it's just been a while since there wasn't somebody dominating. But Verstappen came all the way back. He's just behind Lando Norris now, so it's him, Piastri, and Norris that can still win it. I am betting Verstappen to win this race at plus 130. He's the favorite by a good amount. He's won 4 of the last 5. He's really just come out of nowhere. So I'm going to keep riding the hot hand. But even if he wins, as long as Lando Norris finishes top 4, I think he still wins the championship. But I'm expecting Max to win this race at least. And then I have 2 FanDuel specials. You can't parlay these, unfortunately, but they both involve Verstappen winning. The first is for him to win and then Lando Norris to finish in the points, which is just top 10. So that's pretty much guaranteed to happen. It's a plus 160. As long as Verstappen wins, I know Norris will finish in the top 10. And then the other one I have is Red Bull to win, which is just Verstappen's manufacturer, and Oscar Piastri to finish in the top 6. Piastri has a really slim chance. He kind of needs he can't finish lower than second, and he needs Lando and Verstappen to each kind of. I think Verstappen has to be fourth or lower, and Norris has to be like sixth or seventh or lower. So he doesn't really have a chance, but he will finish in the top 6 in this race. He doesn't really have a choice. So that's a plus 180, pretty decent value there. And then the last one I had, I really like this value because this happened last week, but it's Verstappen to win and have the fastest lap, and it's a plus 410. I mean, he's almost always in the running for fastest lap, and yeah, I don't know. That just feels like great value. These can't all be parlayed together because FanDuel doesn't like that, but those are just 4 random bets if you want to place that I like.
Nice. Like it.
So who do you think's going to actually, you might have said that in there, I missed it, but who do you think's actually going to win the tournament over the season?
Probably Lando Norris. He would have to, Verstappen would have to win, and he would have to finish like 5th or lower, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So it's probably not going to happen, but there is a chance. And it's just a storyline because like both Norris and Piastri could have wrapped this up super long ago. And now Verstappen's he's come out of nowhere, and this would be his 5th straight drivers' championship if he wins. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah. That'll be it on the Zooms this year until NASCAR picks back up
February, which is right around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner. But let's go ahead and get into hockey this week. Dalton, why don't you go ahead and kick us off for puck drop, whatever. Drop the puck on our bets.
So, I've hit actually 2 weeks in a row now on my NHL parlay, hoping to make it 3, knock on wood. I'm keeping the same system. I'm just looking for games where it's 2 teams. Most of the league's averaging 3 goals a game. I'm just looking for those games where both teams are averaging 3 goals a game. And or games that I project to be 3-3 based on pucks for, goals for, and goals against. And I've got Penguins plus 1.5 against the Lightning, Bruins plus 1.5 against the Blues, and Rangers plus 1.5 against the Senators. If all 3 of those teams stay within a goal, that parlay hits at plus 263.
Nice.
So might have found a new system.
Yeah, I was going to say you did some digging on those. I like that. You brought some facts to it, so definitely going to follow that. Jake, do you have some hockey bets for this week?
Yeah, mine are much more off of vibes. I kind of just went with 3 favorites that I thought had good odds. So I took Florida minus 1.5 over Nashville at plus 106. I took Ottawa over New York at minus 1.5 at plus 152. And then Minnesota minus 1.5 against Calgary at plus 198. Kind of just all 3 favorites that are playing bad teams and have really good odds. So those 3 come out to plus 1,446. So
there you go.
A little value. But.
Yeah, good value. And then, sorry, the play I have for hockey is actually going to start here in about 25 minutes. It's 2 players that have 3+ shots on goal, and I'm probably going to butcher this last name, but it's Dylan Guenther, I believe, for the Utah Mammoth.
Guenther?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I like to say it is like a Southern person, but I'm sure it's not. As
hey, Guenther? What's up, Guenther?
Yeah, he's probably like Scandinavian or something, so I'm sure it's like
Guenther?
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Maybe
something
Guenther?
like that. Yeah. So, yeah, him to have 3+ shots on goal, and then this one I know how to say, Alex Ovechkin.
I would hope so. Even I know that one.
Yeah, so him to have 3+ shots on goal tonight. Both those games, like I said, start here in about 25 minutes. And if you take both those, it's at plus 136. So nothing crazy, but just a little something to try to build a bankroll for this weekend in college football and NFL.
There you go.
I like that. The Sharks will probably win.
Yeah, I gotta feed the losing.
You gotta make sure you can. You gotta make sure you have enough money to throw it. Things you're not going to make money on.
Yeah,
apparently.
Like a 6-leg touchdown parlay for quarterbacks for no reason. I'm like, let me throw 5 on that and
see what happens.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and give them to NBA. Shane, go ahead and tip off the picks for NBA.
Tip off.
There we go.
So for some reason, I can only pick one game tomorrow, and then there's Tuesday games that I can bet on, and then two of the December 10th games. Not sure what's going on with it for me. I'm still getting used to being in Maryland. Maybe it's something to do with being in Maryland right now. Not sure.
You only have one game for tomorrow?
Yeah, I only have one game that it'll let me pick, and then it moves to Tuesday, and then the 10th. So, not sure what's up with that.
I know sometimes it won't let me bet on games until if that team is playing the night before. It won't go live until
that's what
that game finishes. But sometimes it doesn't do that, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I just wonder what makes them decide to go from Tuesday and then feel so confident on the 10th.
Hey, beats the hell out of me. Oh, you know what it is? Now all of a sudden the games are there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we do suck. Derby 501. So we do in fact suck. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. We suck. That's all I have to say about that. If you want to know more about how much we can watch literally everything else that I do except for this, and then you'll see how much we suck pretty much. No, but for some reason now it's letting me pick the games for tomorrow. So I might just throw one right the hell out. I don't know.
All right. Do you want someone else to go first, and we'll come back to you?
You know what? I got it. Let's do it. So
all
I'm just going to pick
Here we go.
Thursday game I already had was the Celtics Wizards. I have Celtics minus 8.5 because the Wizards beat ass. Just straight up not good. I have the Sixers minus 3.5 for the Warriors. I definitely would take them in that situation. Jazz Nets is horrendous. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't. You know what? Give me the Jazz 3.5. I think the Jazz aren't very good, but the Nets are worse. And then Raptors have been on a hot streak. Give me Raptors -1, just basically to win in that one. And those all together would put me at, let's get in here, plus 1,184 for those 4 games.
Nice. That was off the cuff right there.
Off the cuff.
Everyone just got to see how the sausage was made.
Not live betting somehow at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dalton, what do you got in the NBA?
Right, so NBA, I just got 3 over-under picks for a parlay this week. I've got all games tomorrow. I got Sixers Warriors over 22.5 or 222.5, sorry. And Celtics Wizards over 228.5. And then Utah and Brooklyn over 232.5. I think all those games will be combined in the 230s pretty comfortably. Those 3, if it does hit, comes out to plus 601.
Nice.
Not bad.
Nice. Mine, I pretty much have the same exact bets as Shane. I know this might be a bad sign.
We're cooked, Jake.
I'm pretty sure you had all of these. I went with the Celtics minus 8.5 because the Wizards are bad. Or as Shane said, they be ass.
They be ass. Same thing.
I went with the Raptors -1. Yeah, the Raptors are good this year.
They do be good, actually.
The Lakers are
they're good.
The Lakers are good too, but they're coming off a bad loss against the Suns. I'll take the Raptors at home, especially by a point. I mean, that's like the easiest cover as long as they win. And then I took Utah -3.5 because the Nets are terrible and the Jazz have a few players that are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So, those 3 comes out to plus 584. So
I did indeed have all of those, Jake. So we're banking on each other here a little bit. So, yeah.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff. Why everyone's here.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll just give you the other one I had, too.
Okay, yeah.
We will literally know the result of this bet, I think, half an hour or so into the show next week.
Okay.
Because of the way it was set up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
this is going to be a fun play.
If the other ones hit, obviously, we might be down to watching the last game, paying attention to it.
You're going to have to wait a whole week.
Literally, I will have to wait.
This is hilarious.
Celtics -8.5 I had on this one. And then I had the Heat plus 5.5 at the Magic. Yeah. Knicks -2.5 at the Raptors. And the Phoenix Suns plus 16 at Oklahoma City because it's plus 16. That is bonkers. I don't care if the Suns are bad. I'm not going to take minus 16. That's insane. So all those together, though, is a plus 1,252. So if that one's still alive on the 10th, we will probably find out the result of it like within about 30 minutes of the show starting. So
I love that
like
it's
after
12-1, and that's like a nice bet. I hope it is live. That's gonna be
He's
great.
so funny if it is. But
All
yeah, I
right.
figured I should throw that out there just in case.
That's so weird that they would have the games for two. That
No
makes
idea
no
what was going
sense.
on. I did this like 2 hours ago. It's completely different looking on
Yeah.
FanDuel than it was 2 hours ago. I have no idea what they're on, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. Maybe this is like it was a sign. So
Something.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get into college football. It's winding down, unfortunately.
It certainly is winding down now.
Like it's we're gonna have some really good games coming up. Hopefully the college football playoffs were as good as they were last year, as far as most of the games, I would say. But we do have some conference championships, and let's go ahead and get into our favorites.
Yeah. Real quick, how's some news? We're talking about not having a lot of games this weekend to bet on for college. Allegedly, this is just a rumor and almost certainly not happening. Have you guys heard about this possibility of another game being added to the schedule? I don't know. Have you guys seen any of these rumors?
What?
Is it something to do with Notre Dame and
No.
So there's this so apparently there's a loophole that you can play a 13th game if it's in Alaska or Hawaii. So there's talk that like
this is the stupidest sport ever.
You've heard this, Jake? About Vanderbilt and Miami possibly like scheduling a game in Hawaii to try to like give themselves a shot to get into the CFP. And like apparently
if they do that, they should have to go to Alaska.
What's that?
I was gonna say if they do that, they should have to go to
Alaska. Yeah, I agree. Instead of Hawaii. Be more fun. But allegedly Clark Lee told his players the other day to have their bags packed and be ready to possibly go at any moment if they randomly get a game. There's no way it's true.
No.
I don't believe it, but none of the teams
like this year
have any community notes.
Oh, I thought you meant like scheduling next year. I didn't.
No,
know
like they might just tell Miami,
"There's no
we're going to
way.
go to Hawaii and we're going to play you guys," and hopefully that allows the committee to realize that it's really dumb for us to both be behind Notre Dame in the rankings, which it is. Notre Dame has no business being ranked in the country. But
that'll never happen. But like,
no, it's not actually going to happen.
Shane, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
Have you guys? Sorry.
Honestly, Shane. Go ahead, Jake. You probably have more.
This is stupid. Have you guys seen the like high school field in Alaska?
Yeah.
That's like right on.
That's
the,
blue
like,
with the
yellow. They should have to go play there.
You're right. That's where they should have to play.
If you're gonna schedule another game on the spot, you should have to go play on the Arctic Ocean.
It should be free to go to the game wherever they go. Like you should be able to get in for free because it doesn't exist. It basically the game wouldn't exist, in my opinion. There's been a lot of stupid shit in college football, right? And I understand like some of it. Like I understand the frustrations of people, but I'm also like I get it. Like just where the sport's going to go, and you know it's more fair for the players. Like all this stuff, I'm totally fine with that. If you're telling me in a 12-team playoff, which is going to become 16 teams, which is going to become 24 teams, which is going to become everyone show up and we'll single file line figure out where you're supposed to go for the playoffs. We know that that's like the direction it's going. In a 12-team playoff, if teams are going to start playing 13th games and becoming my 13th reason to stop betting on the sport, I can't do this. We cannot, we're not doing this with Miami. And like, I know it sucks. Notre Dame is not does not have the resume that either of you have realistically.
Also lost to Miami.
Yeah, very much so. I get it. The frustration of all that. You can't be doing this.
Nah.
You simply can't.
What is the rule that you can do it in Hawaii and Alaska? Like what?
Who? It's just.
How does that?
I think that's awesome that exists, but also
I
stupid
think
that
because of like travel.
I'm just gonna say taxes.
That's usually a good answer. Yeah.
Taxes.
I simply don't. I cannot not entertaining this. Like
No.
if I see this on my timeline from like a real person who's reporting it, I'm gonna get upset probably.
No one with a check mark has.
It doesn't matter if you have a check mark
Yeah,
anyway
no.
anymore. But even if they did, like I'd be like, all right, what are you doing? I don't care how I don't care how mad you are at the college football playoff committee. We're not creating 13th games.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, a Vandy beat writer tweeted it out saying that.
Oh, so it's fan fiction.
Yeah.
I just found it.
Yeah, Elena Morris. Clark Lee said yesterday he told his team to have their bags packed in case the team wanted to play this Saturday, and that is true of today. He said he prepares team to play in 2 days if called to.
Okay.
Who?
Yeah.
Who's calling? Who's calling who? Is Miami calling them?
Yeah.
Are they calling?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Know.
Are the ADs meeting in secret at some coffee shop somewhere right now, being like, "All right, guys, can we find a field? Is there a place to go?"
Yeah.
And apparently it has to be in Hawaii for some goddamn reason.
I mean, if I was Hawaii, I would tell them to kick rocks if they tried to play there, by the way.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you talking about?
How many stadium is the Pro Bowl stadium the same as Hawaii's field? Is that Hawaii's field?
I don't think so. I think it's a separate stadium.
No, they built a new, I think they're renovating it, but they have a new smaller stadium on the campus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so there is a regular.
But I think they're going back to it. The stadium is still there. So
again.
Yeah. Let's bet on. Let's talk about some games that are going to happen.
That are actually
no,
on the slate.
it's all right.
I figured it was. I had to see if anyone else had seen this today because blew my mind.
I'll take Vandy.
Yeah.
I'll take them -5.5. Whoever they do play.
Yeah.
Just float that out there.
All right. Yeah, until it pops up on the books, I'm not believing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. So my favorite bet is Indiana, Ohio State over 47.5. I think Cignetti's going to try to score some points here, and I think that's going to force Ryan Day to want to match him here. So I think there's going to be some points scored, contrary to what a lot of people are saying, that both these squads are going to just take this as an off game and play some backups. And
simply cannot do that.
Yeah,
I don't know what people are talking about.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cignetti is going to want some payback after last year, especially. Like, he kind of just rolled over after that during that Ohio State game. So he's going to want to score. Ryan Day's not going to want to get showed up again. Over 47.5 at -115. I wouldn't be surprised if this starts to sneak up a little bit more before Saturday comes.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think that there's going to be any, I don't think they're going to take this week off. I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be a little vanilla, possibly. Yeah. But that's because, both of these teams are getting first-round buys already.
This could be a classic Big Ten football game.
Yeah.
But
classic Big Ten football games this year have been hitting lots of overs.
This is true.
Right, you took the over, right?
Yeah, over 47.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. The Big Ten scoring now, especially in this game between, you've got two best wide receivers in this draft class, and you've got two very good quarterbacks, probably the top quarterback in this class. There's gonna be some fireworks.
Yeah, for sure. And it's in Lucas Oil, so no weather. Let it fly.
Let it fly.
Yeah.
All right. My favorite pick this week, I'm taking Virginia -3.5 against Duke at -108 because let's be honest, Duke has no business being here. None whatsoever. And I just think
thanks to Cal.
Yeah, I think Virginia is going to make this a no-doubter. I think they played earlier in the year, and Virginia won pretty handily. I just don't see. I don't see Duke keeping this within. I think Duke's going to struggle to stay within a touchdown. They played a few weeks ago in early November and lost by 17 to Virginia. So
yeah,
I know they say it's hard to beat a team twice, and I'm gonna probably contradict myself here in a little bit, but I think this is a little different with this Duke team.
Yeah, I like it.
Darian Mensah erasure. No, I'm just kidding. That I'll talk about that game later, but that's all I'm going to say about that. And I don't feel good about what I did, but I did it because I had to. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
We did something chaotic.
We will live with the consequences.
I can feel the guilt through the screen.
Yeah, you probably should.
He had to bet him on week 3 of next season for some reason.
Yeah, by accident. Yeah, I was like, oh, shit, my bad, guys. No.
I just have to wait until next September for my parlay to.
Jake, what do you got?
I did pretty well on that week that I bet only FCS, so I did choose an FCS game for my favorite. I'm going with South Dakota State money line against Montana at plus 102. This is a pretty tough draw for Montana. They got they were the last seed to get a first round bye. And now they're playing a South Dakota State team that was number 1 in the country to come into the year and lost their starting quarterback for quite some time. So they ended up making it as a bubble team. And now they're healthy again. And so it's pretty much Montana getting drawn to a team that has the talent of like a top 3 FCS team in the country in the first round. And I think they win. They've won the championship 2 of the last 3 years. I think Montana is a little bit of frauds in the FCS landscape. And yeah, I don't know. I'm taking the plus odds here. I think it's a really tough draw for Montana, but South Dakota State, they have 5 losses this year, but they finally have their QB back. They looked really good last week with the whole team fully healthy. I think they pull off an upset this week.
Nice. FCS, loving it.
FCS. I'm glad that you had some success because that was really cool when you did it. And then I was like, I hope he doesn't just fucking bomb. Because then he was going to come back and be like, guys, I fucked up.
Yeah, I think I went like 4-2 that week or something like that. So it wasn't like a sweep, but
that's pretty good.
That's much better than I've been betting on football this year. So
yeah. So I'm going to go to a game for my favorite, Casey, that you'll like to hear this, maybe, depending on how much faith you have in me, which, look at my record, probably not that much. Ohio State minus 4.5 in the Big Ten championship game. I think Indiana is better than last year by a significant margin. I think they're one of the best teams in the country, obviously. I just think Ohio State is better than them still, frankly. And even in a game where, again, maybe they're not going to pull out all the stops. They're not going to do everything in their power to, both teams to maybe play as best as they possibly can. I think that Ohio State is just better than them on a neutral field. You look at just some of the numbers for this Ohio State defense in particular, and this is kind of why your over pick, I respect it, but I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
if both of these defenses show up, I don't know if we cross 40, to be honest with you. Like, it just depends. But they're giving up less than 8 points a game. I don't care who they've played this year. They could play Rice 12 times in a row. If you're giving up 8 points a game or less than that, that's damn good, folks. That's 3 points better than the next best defense in terms of scoring defense in the country. Like, it's insane. It's which, by the way, is Indiana. So there you go.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the 2 best defenses scoring wise in the country playing each other. As much as I respect Indiana's offense, I really do like Mendoza a lot from what I've seen of him. Haven't gotten much in the scouting yet. We're going to get there, guys.
Yeah.
But I do think, again, like, Ohio State's just they're the best team in the country right now. I still think so. Like, I just do. So
yeah, they're probably going to have 3 guys go in the top 10 of the draft.
That's what I keep hearing.
Insane.
Yeah. And 2 of them on defense, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. And yeah, I do want to say I did take the alternate minus 14.5 for the Ohio State last week.
Damn.
I should have just bumped it up even more.
Yeah, that was an ugly game for Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was super reassuring with our defense because Michigan gave us 2 of their best shots like at the beginning of the game with that, like, they popped off that huge run. And, like, it just instantly gave me flashbacks. I was like,
I'm not going to lie. I was watching that game.
I was like, it's happening again. I was like, no. And I was like, a field goal, okay. And then the pick. And I was like, no way, man.
Oh, yeah, that intercept. I'm like, Julian, no.
Yeah,
you can't do this. Stop.
Being able to hold them to 2 field goals with basically 2 of their biggest punches of the games, I was happy with that. So,
For
sure.
Sure.
I get it. It's just – I'm just hoping since it's a big game, for some reason the defenses are a little loose. I don't know, but
Certainly possible.
Yeah.
But it's just, again, it's been disgusting to play.
yeah, it's been fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our locks. This one, I'm betting on a team that is playing for their playoff lives, basically, and I'm taking BYU plus 12.5 against Texas Tech. I don't know why I almost said at Texas Tech because it's the conference championship game, but BYU, I'm not going to take them outright just because this Texas Tech team is pretty good. But if they want to make the playoffs, they have to win this game. So I'm going to take plus 12.5. It's a lot for this BYU team that's playing pretty well right now. They just signed their coach long term. That was a little weird with that one. They kind of like you either sign or
Penn
get
State,
on.
Who's going to coach Penn State, man? Is it going to be me at this point?
Yeah, I was about to say, man, it's looking rough. I don't
know if I want
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Apparently,
if you ask Ben Roethlisberger, apparently that's who's coaching the team. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We're not getting into this right now. But.
Yeah.
I'll say that here's what I've heard. Apparently, it's Terry Smith, possibly,
Right.
which at that point, why didn't you do that 2 months ago?
They just need to hire someone right now.
Yeah. And if it's not Terry Smith, it's probably going to be Brian Daboll at this point.
Hey, well, I mean, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to think about that, to be honest with you, dog.
Yeah.
I'm unsure.
I just want to leave it at this. Go ahead. Sorry.
And right now, Penn State earlier today, Penn State landed their second recruit of this class on National Signing Day.
After one left.
Over half of the conference that Sac State played in last year has a better recruiting class right now than
that's not good.
Than Penn State.
Yeah. It's very much
they're like
100.
Good, they're like 120 or 30 something in ESPN's rankings.
Whoever comes in is just gonna have to bring in 60 portable.
Yeah, and it's gonna have to be one of them things where it's like you're gonna have to give that guy time. You can't accept
Next year was already a rebuilding year.
Next 5 years.
Yeah. Now it's literally it's going to take it probably minimum 3 years for them to get back to winning 10 games.
I want to leave it at this. If you were to say, forget week 0, just week 1 college football, when all the teams start to play, on that Friday night, if you were to tell, any college football fan, be like, Penn State, at the end of the year, they're going to be a dumpster fire. The coach is gone. All the recruits are gone. We're looking at a 10-year rebuild plan right now. You would laugh in that person's face because they were the favorites to win it, one of the top favorites to win it all.
Yeah, you could have told me if Franklin got fired at the end of the season, be like, oh, so they completely disappointed and lost a bunch of games. Okay, I can see that. But then I would assume if Franklin got fired, that they would be able to have their pick of coaches. They would
not
bring
so
in
much
somebody that would definitely be an upgrade. And Pat Kraft needs to be fired. At this point,
I mean, freaking Brian Hartline's to South Florida.
Yeah,
freaking all this. What is going on? Every coach that they were tied to was I'm signing an extension right the hell now.
Yeah,
they're actively making coaches more money.
Yeah, by offering their trying to get them to coach for their team, and then got freaking Franklin getting Crumble for the. Did you see that? He Crumble at whatever event they had at Virginia Tech with the owner.
Real.
My God.
Oh my
God!
It's just
not great.
What big name coaches want to go there and rebuild?
But
you're gonna have.
You shouldn't really have to rebuild,
but they're going to have to now.
Now because they've taken so long. Apparently, a big part of it is Jimmy Sexton might be actively sabotaging Penn State because they fired Franklin.
That's really
the way they did, and Sexton represents all of the major coaches in college football. So that's a whole thing. I've been down a rabbit hole.
I imagine
the last
you have
couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I get to just accept that Luke Fickell coaches my team forever,
Yeah.
probably. So there's that. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that either. But
aren't you bummed out you're not covering Penn State right now?
Oh yeah, right. So much to talk about if I had kept doing that. Nothing.
Got Steelers and Penn State. That would be the worst.
I mean, I got Dolphins and Steelers.
Most
so,
depressing.
You know,
You get Mike Tomlin no
God.
matter what.
That's fun. That was a fun Sunday this past week.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Now everyone's trying to pry into his personal life for some reason.
That's a whole. Listen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Steelers media people. Most of them suck really bad, and this is an example of what's going on.
Yeah.
With that, so.
Like, leave the man alone. Like,
Literally.
they're way worse. Like,
let him go 9-8.
Mike Tomlin is still a top 10 coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
We can definitely talk about the specifics of that. Not on this show, though. I'll be honest with you.
What's your lock? Yeah.
All right. So my lock this week is I'm taking Georgia minus 2.5 against Alabama. I think we're probably in for a mostly chalky Saturday, and Georgia minus 2.5. I got it at minus 115. Minus 115. I just don't think Alabama is capable of really beating Georgia again, right? They beat Georgia earlier.
They did, yeah, 24-20.
I don't think they're doing it again. Georgia's a much better team. I don't think Alabama is that good. They didn't look great against Auburn last week.
They did not.
I think DeBoer had one. I think DeBoer has one foot out the door. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still left after this year. Not because they fire him, just because I think he's just gonna hate these crazy Bama fans. Because if you don't win a national championship every year,
they do be getting real mad all the time.
Yeah,
you're getting desperate every time you lose
the
game.
in Washington.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Georgia to take care of business against Alabama. I thought about just taking the money line, but I think they'll cover 2.5 pretty easily.
Gotcha. Jake, what do you got for your
my lock this week is Texas Tech minus 12.5. It's a lot of points. But less than a month ago, they beat BYU by 22. Since then, they have a 48-9 win over the same UCF team that just hung around with BYU last week for a decent portion of that game. And then they just beat West Virginia 49-0. I mean, aside from that Arizona State game earlier this year, Texas Tech has just been a machine. They've already kind of taken apart BYU this year. The 12.5 points does make me a little bit nervous. That just is a lot for a conference championship game, but I don't know. I just don't think BYU is at their level.
Fair enough. All right. I'll talk about the game. Like, in case I don't like that. I don't either. We'll talk about
bad
it.
pick.
My lock, Boise State minus 4.5 against UNLV. They beat the brakes off them like a month and a half ago. And frankly, you look at UNLV, they went 10-2, but there's a lot of yikes games on that schedule. You almost lost to X team. They're a weird team, and I just think Boise State is better than them. And I think being less than a touchdown favorite makes this a pretty easy lock for me. I think that they'll take care of business there.
I like that. I had that in my parlay too.
All right, I'm gonna get in my underdog, and I feel like I'm just going against the whole show, I guess, today. I have a
Casey versus the world.
Yeah, I have a completely different outlook on this Alabama-Georgia game. I think Alabama's going to win outright. Alabama money line, I have it plus 116. This just feels like a game where everyone's like, yeah, Georgia's going to get their revenge from earlier in the season. They're easily going to win it. They're a better poised team. But that's just when Alabama strikes. I know it's under a different regime this year with DeBoer, but this Alabama team, that's when you bet on them when they're the underdog here. So I think that they win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game by at least a touchdown, honestly. So Alabama money line plus 116.
Okay.
All right. So after what we heard, I think Shane and I have the same underdog pick from the way it sounds. And we've talked about this game a little bit, and one of the things that I don't think's getting enough notice is that we talk about the new coach bump a lot.
Yes.
Well, how about the bump from all the not the uncertainty of your coach getting quashed by him giving the speech after practice of the equivalent of basically Jordan Belfort. I'm not fucking
Yes.
leaving.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not
exactly.
fucking leaving. And I think that team's ready to go. Also, it is hard beating a team twice. And BYU, I don't think BYU's gotten enough credit. I mean, to me, BYU probably shouldn't be below 10th in the rankings, considering their only losses to the top 5 team in the country. And if you look at their schedule, I mean, yeah, their non-conference strength schedule is not great, but they have played about as tough of an in-conference schedule as is mathematically possible in the Big 12.
Yeah.
I think they're very proven. They're beating a bunch of teams that were ranked earlier this year. And yeah, I just think at plus 410, I mean, honestly, that's the biggest part of this. My confidence on BYU winning this game is probably 50-50-ish, maybe a little below 50%. But I'll take a 40% chance at plus 410 odds any day of the week. I mean, that was the biggest outlier this week in terms of value. There's probably a reason why, but I don't know. I'm just not convinced that Texas Tech isn't just a good Big 12 team, and good Big 12 teams lose sometimes. Just like any good teams that aren't like, I don't know. There's really only like 3 to 5 really, really good teams in the country this year, and I'm not convinced Texas Tech's one of them.
Yeah. I get it.
I like that. I do like the odds for BYU.
Yeah, plus 410. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah. That is healthy. My underdog this week, kind of going off vibes a little bit, but I like the value. I'm going Indiana, money line at plus 160. Casey's not going to like any of my picks.
I know Jake is just like
why do you say fuck me for?
Yeah.
I just think this is going to be a close game, and I think it's great value. I think Indiana is really the only team in the country that can hold a candle to Ohio State right now. I'm sure it's going to be a close game. I just like watching Indiana play. They look good. Their offense is dominant. They're really the only team I think that's been dominant to the same level as Ohio State. So at plus 160, I'm just going to roll with it, even though they haven't beat Ohio State in like forever.
Yeah.
I feel the vibes. That's what I'm rolling with.
Fair enough. And Dalton, you were absolutely correct. It is always and always has been BYU plus 410.
Yeah.
I don't know how confident I am that they're going to beat Texas Tech, but I do think it'd be the funniest thing possible for them to do so, because then you'd be getting 2 Big 12 teams in the college football playoff almost assuredly, because Texas Tech probably not going to drop that far, losing to another team in the top 12.
Yeah.
Also, based on something I have in my parlay, which I parlayed at least one pick from all of the championship games is what I'll be talking about for my parlay. Based on the results of that, if that was all to hit, there'd be 2 Big 12 teams and another team that absolutely should not be there, and it'd be very funny if they were. So the college football playoff bracket in my universe that I'm betting on would be too funny not to happen at this point. But no, I will take BYU money line. I think that they can pull this off, and again, the value is just too good for 2 teams, as good as they are, to be playing each other. So,
the world needs this.
The world does need it,
because otherwise we have to live in a world where Notre Dame somehow gets into the college football playoff this year, and they have absolutely no business being in the college football playoff this year. Their best win is maybe USC. I mean, maybe one of their 3 best wins is Navy.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. Let's just accept it at this point. It's
insane.
It's gonna just accept it at this point. It's gonna happen.
And also, the thing is, if we keep Notre Dame out this year, I think this would be the breaking point for them, where they feel like they have to join a conference.
Yeah, maybe. One can.
And
dream.
They should.
Yeah.
The way they handpick their schedule, they've played 5 teams this year that are bottom 2 in Power 4 conferences this year. I think something like that.
I'm sure there's some conspiracy that they're paying their way in, so they don't have to.
Listen.
They're just playing Purdue and Syracuse and calling them Power 4 a Power 4 schedule.
They were back in the 50s.
Listen, right? I think Notre Dame isn't going to join a conference until we get the super conference, and then they'll join it because they don't want to be on the outside looking into that one.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be when they join a conference. Is when they make the gigantic one.
Yeah.
Them leaving would do it because it would kill the ACC. Because the ACC, the only thing that's keeping them alive is that Notre Dame money.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our parlays. Obviously, I said my 3 picks. BYU plus 12.5, over 47.5 in Indiana, Ohio State, and Alabama money line. All 3 of those together at plus 688.
I like it. For my parlay this week, I went with all group of 5 games. So I went to the mid-major championships, which matters because there's a chance that 2 of these games are going to send teams to the college football playoff. Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't think so because I think Virginia is going to win, but there's a world where 2 of these teams go to the playoff.
Yeah.
So North Texas and Tulane, I'm taking under 66.5. North Texas has been running it up on a lot of teams this year. I don't think Tulane is going to let them do that. They're just too defensively sound. I think that'll be a lower scoring game to an extent. Like, I just don't know if both teams are going to break 30. Let's put it that way. And then Troy and James Madison, though, I'm taking over 47.5. I think that's going to be a Sun Belt barn burner. Which there's also a big conversation if Troy wins that game. Who gets in an 8-4 Troy team or a 7-5 Duke team? That's a whole other thing. James Madison, though, if they win and Virginia wins, James Madison is in. And then finally, Jacksonville State plus 2.5 against Kennesaw State. I think Jacksonville State's going to win this pretty comfortably, but if they don't, I'm taking 2.5 to kind of give myself a little bit more leeway. That comes out at plus 611. Also, quick trivia question. What state is Jacksonville State University located in?
Louisiana.
I want to say, it's not Texas, is it?
I believe. Let me double check. It's in Alabama.
Is it Alabama?
But not Florida. Contrary to common sense.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that I'm super surprised about that.
I was surprised nobody guessed Florida.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be Florida.
I figured.
I knew it couldn't be Florida. That'd be silly.
I was like, why would you take the most obvious answer?
He thought takes me as a fool.
He thought he was teaching his kids with us. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh man. God, Mike Gundy needs another job.
Jake, what's your parlay before we get into another conspiracy here?
I have my South Dakota State plus 102 bet. I took UNLV plus 4 or hold on. I put that in wrong. That was not what let me come back to that. I had the Texas Tech minus 12.5, Alabama money line at plus 116, Indiana plus 160, and then I also took Virginia minus 3.5 against Duke because it's a miracle that Duke is even in this game.
Yeah.
And what I meant to say was Boise State minus 4.5 against UNLV. So those 6 come out to plus 7,629. So $5 would pay $381. I just want to hit one of these before the season ends. I don't remember the last time I even had like a 6-0 week, but
it'll be this week. All right, I feel like we're just building up the plays. We had like a plus 680 and then a
don't you worry, Casey.
Well, we build in momentum.
You worry. We will get beyond what Jake just did. I will go even further beyond. Kennesaw State minus 2.5. I don't know much about these teams. I did not care to look it up.
They're pretty good this year.
I heard that they're good, but I'll take the favorite in that one minus 110. I also have over 47.5 for Troy and James Madison Dalton because James Madison might get close to that by themselves. So that's all I really care about in that one. Plus Troy, cool name for your school, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
North Texas minus 2.5. I just think it'd be funny if North Texas is in the playoff, which I think they might be in that situation, depending on how everything shakes out.
Oh, they're in for sure.
Yeah, right in that situation. Boise State minus 4.5 I had earlier. Miami of Ohio money line at Western Michigan. Well, against Western Michigan, pretty much shows like Miami of Ohio conference championship. Sounds sick. We're good with that. BYU plus 12.5 because I didn't want to go too crazy and put my money line on that one, so I just took the plus 12.5. Georgia minus 2.5. I tend to agree with you, Dalton. I don't think Alabama can beat Georgia a second time. I think Georgia is just a little bit better than them at the end of the day, regardless. And then I took Duke plus 3.5. I just think it'd be really funny if they either win outright or if they get close, and it's just we have to sweat that entire time. And then Ohio State again minus 4.5 to finish off the parlay, and that is at plus 38,498.
Dang, my favorite part of that whole thing is it's at plus 38,000 in the middle. You're like, I just took BYU plus 12.5. Like you were being conservative about it.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, if I put that in and everything else hits with that, I'm gonna be pissed off. So I'm not gonna do that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna lose the first like 7 p.m. on Friday.
Here.
I'm gonna be out of here anyway. No, so.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I like it. If someone was gonna do it, it had to be you. To bet something like that.
The entire conference title. I almost threw. Hey, I even threw almost Army Navy in there for next week. I almost threw that in there too. Just
I wouldn't bet that. Does anyone have a bet on that? I didn't.
No, I mean next week I will probably bet it.
I will probably be like my bet is that I hope it doesn't happen, and then I'll stop there. That's
yeah. I mean, honestly, is that affecting? I mean, I don't think
it is at this point.
Year.
No,
but there are, looking at the AAC's tiebreaker rules, there are ways in which it could affect it because apparently if one of the criteria eventually is CFP ranking for the tiebreaker. So
it's true.
Yeah, that could affect it, and it's just dumb.
Who knows? Maybe they'll find a way around it. There's loopholes out there.
Silly sport we watch.
But I love
very silly.
Can't get enough of it.
Very true.
Yeah. All right. Week 14 of the NFL. Like I said, teams that were on fire at the beginning of the season are fizzling out, and then we're starting to see some teams catch some momentum here at the end of the season. Let's just go ahead and get into our favorites. I just have to do this one. I hate that I'm doing it, but I'm buying into the Bengals hype right now. I had the Bengals plus 5.5 at Buffalo. Buffalo, what's going on in Buffalo? I have no idea. Cincinnati, like Joe Burrow's back. I don't know. Plus 5.5, I just have to take it at minus 105.
I like it.
Bills prime for a letdown game after absolutely shelling the Steelers on Sunday.
After 32 James Cook carries.
32 James Cook carries. Ray Davis randomly good for 6 carries. Hasn't had 10 yards all year, it felt like. Just body us every play. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to.
I brought it up. It's fine.
All right. So for my favorite play this week, I like Eagles -3 at minus 102 at the Chargers this week because the Chargers are cursed. That's really the only way to put it. They might be getting Murray and Hampton back now, but it doesn't matter because Justin Herbert just had hand surgery.
That crazy motherfucker will play though.
He'll play. Yeah, he's gonna.
He won't be as good, probably.
I don't think it's his throwing hand.
No, it's not.
But the thing is, I mean, he's not going to practice, and if he injures it worse, they're completely done because he is right now the only thing keeping that team together. That team is just completely on fire. They don't have any offensive linemen that are competent right now, really. I mean, It's really bad. And yeah, I think the Eagles, say what you want about the Eagles, they're still finding ways to win games most weeks. I think they win that by more than a field goal.
I can understand that. The Chargers are basically skating by on Justin Herbert, willing them to competency, and then the defense sort of doing stuff sometimes. Like, that's pretty much it. And it's
And Keenan Allen somehow doing things in the year 2025.
Listen, Keenan Allen probably going to be in the Hall of Fame.
No,
I think if he plays,
I think he
like
will.
I think you look. Listen, though, you look at the numbers.
Chargers leading, like,
You look at the numbers on him, and you compare him to other receivers. He has the numbers, especially if he plays another year or two and plays okay.
Yeah,
Look at those numbers, man.
He already leads the Chargers, and I think receptions. It's either receptions or receiving yards. I think it, like, all time. It was some. He set some record against the Steelers. I remember. I forgot what it was.
He did. Yeah. I think it was catches. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. My favorite bet this week.
You see, you know what I'm saying though? Like, you look at the numbers on him, it's kind of gross. It sneaks up on you.
I mean,
that's what happens when you spend your whole career with the Chargers.
Yeah.
He's 13th all time in career receptions.
Yeah.
I think he's in.
Isn't that nuts?
I mean, I don't know.
Now, if you're asking me, like, do I think in my heart of hearts that Keenan Allen is a for sure Hall of Fame? Probably not, but that's not really the discussion. If he ends up top 10 in receptions all time, like, it's going to be hard to keep him out.
He has never been an All-Pro.
No, that's going to to be the thing that gets him right.
I think that.
But it's like, it's just hard to keep it in the top 10 playoffs. Well, he plays for the Chargers. It's like what do you want him to do?
But he's part of the Chargers being the Chargers.
I guess, but like, I mean, are we really going to sit here and blame Keenan Allen for the Chargers being the Chargers? It's fine.
He was there for a lot of it. He was there for two different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's true. They're cursed. What are you going to do? Anyway, go ahead.
He has been there for a long time. My favorite this week is the Steelers plus 5.5. They will not win this game. I'm not even going to. But
you heard it here first, folks.
But you're taking them plus 5.5. So what you're thinking is a lot.
This game is going to be a horror. This is going to be a horrible game. This is going to be a horrible game. These teams are bad. Like, the Ravens and Steelers are both playing bad football. This is going to be like an 18-16 game. The Ravens can't score. Lamar Jackson can't. I'm going to air a grievance real quick. I traded for Lamar Jackson in one of my fantasy leagues. Like right before the deadline, like 2-3 weeks ago. And he has put up 2, 6, and 6 points since then. And I know that's fantasy. I'm not saying that's like real NFL skill level, but the Ravens offense is not good. Derrick Henry is running the ball still efficiently, but it's not good. These teams always play close, and the Steelers' offense is not good. I just think it's going to be an ugly, low-scoring game, and I could see it being 5 points or less. The Ravens will win, but I'm going to bet on this being a terrible game.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I have that in my parlay too, so I'm with you on that. What did you?
I was about to be like, no, but also yes. Anyway,
I mean, I think there's a chance they can win the game, but like,
okay, yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It's going to be close. But what did you give up for Lamar? Now we got to know this.
Here, let me go back. It's a keeper league, so someone else can give their pick.
Shane, give your pick, and we'll come back to it. Yeah.
All right. So my favorite bet. I hate to do it.
Oh my god! Does anybody get logged out of their ESPN fantasy?
Oh no!
I do not use ESPN fantasy. I use.
This happens like every week. I just
for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I use Sleeper, so I don't have to worry about that. I hate to do it to him. Only been covering him for a little while now, but it feels inevitable that this is going to happen because they just can't do anything in these situations. Give me Jets +3 at home against the Dolphins, because the Dolphins, specifically under Tua Tagovailoa, have not won a football game in the conditions in which they're going to be playing. That being under 40 degrees, most likely, at kickoff. It hasn't happened once while he's been the quarterback there. And the Jets are surprisingly kind of okay recently in the past 4 or 5 weeks. They're at least a passable football team for some reason. And as much as the Dolphins defense has really kind of had a resurgence recently and allowed them to win some of these games, Tua's been bad when it's not cold.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what this man is going to look like when the temperature is under 40 degrees. He might just not show up. I would just stay home if I was him. Make someone else go out there and do it. That probably is a better option. Or just have Devon Achane carry the ball 75 times. That might be the best option for this team. And yeah, the running game has been really good, and they might be able to lean on that and still win this game. But precedence tells you that this is at least not going to be an easy game for the Dolphins, if not a complete loss for them outright. So Jets +3 just feels very, very good, especially with them.
That was my second, my backup pick.
I'll talk about that game later, but what you're saying is it's time. You're saying that Tua might as well stay home. So you're saying it's time for Zach Wilson revenge game.
Oh, no.
Yes, that would be ideal. I think that might be the best option somehow. I hate to say that. Might be actually legitimately a better thing.
Or Quinn Ewers debut.
Yeah, I mean, sure, man. Whatever works. At least I'm assuming Quinn has played in the cold better than
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Those were just two worse options that you gave. Those made me feel worse.
I mean, Quinn, if it was a neutral temperature, neutral field, yes, absolutely. But
Quinn Ewers is just Tua light,
which sucks a lot.
Yeah,
that's really bad. I hate to say that.
Tua light is such a depressing.
God.
Yeah.
I don't like the full fatty version of it. I don't want the diet version.
The full fatty
diet Tua.
Yeah. Diet Tua. God. Anyway. Yeah, it feels pretty good. So.
God. Jake, were you able to log in and find out?
I found it.
All right.
This trade looks pretty bad in retrospect.
Oh no! Do you want to get you? You should have just said you weren't able to log in, bro.
I'm an honest man.
All right, here we go.
I acquired J.K. Dobbins and Lamar Jackson. I traded Troy Franklin, Saquon Barkley, and Sam Laporta. So,
well, aren't most of those players in that trade not playing football currently? It feels like.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
It's just bad because Lamar has. I've had him for 3 games. The highest he scored is 6.
Well, yes, because he stinks.
He just can't football.
Right now, something about it.
And Dobbins is losing touches every week.
Dobbins doesn't play. I think he's done.
He's done for a year now. That's right.
Yeah, he's
pretty sure he is. Which is the only reason RJ Harvey is currently starting for me in fantasy. So there's that.
Okay. No judgment here.
Nice.
All right. Let's go ahead and get into our locks. I know we say not to bet on Thursday night, but it's just hard with this game. I'm taking the Cowboys +3 in this one. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think it's going to be the last team with the ball type game. But it's Thursday night, so who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to take the Cowboys +3. I think they can win this game outright. The Lions have kind of been struggling a little bit recently with trying to find their identity with who's going to get the ball. But yeah, Cowboys +3.
Nice. Yeah, this one. I know I'm the one that usually says that Thursday night games aren't real football, but this one, if you think about it, both teams have had a full week to prepare.
Yeah,
both of these teams played
Thursday.
True.
Yeah,
this is true.
Yeah,
on Thanksgiving. Yeah,
so it's weird. There's a galaxy brain approach there.
Yeah,
this is basically not a short week.
We might get some real football.
Yeah, I just have a galaxy football brain. That's all it is.
There it is.
I'll take it.
So for mine this week, I'm betting on what has to be one of the worst games of the year.
Oh God,
this year.
I already know it.
And I'm taking for my lock this week. Give me Titans +4.5 at -115 against the Browns.
Oh, no.
Just because I don't really trust the Browns to beat anybody by a field goal right now, or by more than a field goal right now,
except
for the Raiders. But the Raiders aren't a real football team,
right?
Because they basically have a senile old man running their football team.
And the offensive coordinator up until recently was just faking shit and like making shit up apparently,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
It's so bad. But I mean,
Imagine going from winning the college football national championship to freaking like pretending to call plays.
well, the thing is, and allegedly, the pushback is that he doesn't know his own play. Like, that he doesn't really know the playbook well because it's not actually Chip Kelly's playbook. And that basically made him, like,
Well, that's
throw
even
out
better.
his offense.
Oh, good. That's fun.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's just what are we talking about? Sorry.
Yeah. But, anyways, on to the actual game I'm betting.
Yeah, sorry.
I got pulled
Hold
back.
on.
Yeah.
Hold
My
on.
bad.
I just love that at probably like 5 times an episode, there's just an out of nowhere Raiders rant. I love how we were just talking Browns, Jets, and then or Browns and Titans, and all of a sudden we broke out into a Raiders rant.
I mean, this team is comically bad.
Yeah. Cosmically, even maybe if we want to put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah. No, just go.
you're good. But yeah, I'm on the Shador. I am on the Shador bandwagon. I think there's a good chance that the Browns win this game. But I think these two teams are also just both good enough defensively that it's going to be hard to win by more than 4.5 because I think this might be a 17-14 game. Yeah. So I like Tennessee plus 4.5.
Yeah. Myles Garrett, he has 25 written on his wrist tape, and I think he's at 19. He might get to 25 in this game.
Yeah,
He could.
his old friend Dan Moore Jr. His old
Oh
friend
yeah, he's
Dan
definitely
Moore
getting
Jr.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm not gonna turn this into a Raiders rant, I promise, but my lock is Broncos minus 7.5.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean Raiders are comically bad. They're not a football team, so I think my lock for the rest of the year might just be to bet whoever is playing the Raiders because they will be a favorite.
Idea.
So
yeah. Let's also talk about the fact that the Broncos are hilarious as a football team. Marcus Mariota made them sweat so hard. And honestly, the Commanders got hosed multiple times by penalties in that game, in my opinion. Especially on that last drive where it was like they felt like they were making shit up.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And then they still tie the game. And of course, they try whatever the hell that last play was to try to go for the win. The Broncos I don't know what to do with them, frankly. I'm stunned by what they do every week.
Fun fact. The Broncos are the only team, I think, in the last month. I'm trying to think how far you get. Going back to November 2nd. Since November 2nd, when the Raiders lost to the Jags by 1, the Broncos are the only team since then to not beat the Raiders by double digits. They only won by a field goal. Every other team, the Browns,
they can't beat anybody,
Chargers, and Cowboys,
thoroughly,
all crushed the Raiders by double digits.
It's like they make an effort to just win every game by 2 points.
It feels like
that's how they play.
They're only good enough to beat most teams that they play, which is great, but only by so much. And it's so weird. I don't know what to do with them. I can't wait for the playoffs.
Yeah,
I might pick them to lose around no matter who they play.
I bet a Broncos fan's favorite thing to say is a win is a win.
Oh, dude, listen. Every time I've seen anything, it's like, hey guys, is anyone worried about the fact that Bo Nix kind of isn't good most of the time? And they're always like, he wins the game.
Yeah, he wins.
I'm not denying that, but I'm just wondering,
Tim
sometimes he looks a little weird out there. I don't know what to make of it. Just pointing that out.
Yeah,
you don't have to yell at me, but I'm just saying it's a little strange.
He just needs some help.
I mean, he needs a lot of help in a lot of ways, in my opinion, but it's certainly on the field.
But maybe if you're ready to if the rest of your roster is clearly ready for a Super Bowl run, maybe your second-year quarterback shouldn't be throwing the ball to Troy Franklin as his number 2 option, and maybe you should have a running back that's not a 25-year-old rookie.
Hey, there will be no RJ Harvey slander on this podcast. Don't do it.
He's also tiny and has no long speed.
I don't know about all that.
Or
I'm not going to get
the
into
long.
it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but yeah, I mean,
He's got plenty of speed. It's the rest of the
Speed,
stuff that's
yeah.
a little
Yeah.
interesting sometimes. Okay, I get it. Anyway, now my lock, since we need to get to that part of what we're talking about, Rams minus 8.5 at the Cardinals, because I think that they're going to be horrifically pissed off for losing to the Panthers, and I think the Cardinals, unfortunately, are just going to be in the way, as they tend to be this year. So that's kind of, I mean, I don't really know if I have much of a take beyond that. I just think that they're going to probably take out all of their frustrations on this Cardinals team. And I don't know if the Cardinals are in a position to do a whole lot about it. So it's kind of, I think that's kind of it. So
Yeah,
I apologize.
they might win that
ahead
game
of
by
time.
30.
Yeah, I apologize ahead of time to the Cardinals if I'm right about this, because I fear if it's minus 8.5 it hits, it's because it also would have hit if I did minus 20, and that's not
Yeah.
so yeah, that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah, this was just like a little gift for the Rams. Like, hey, we know you had a tough week last week. Here are the Cardinals. Just go ahead and have some fun. So,
here's
Yeah.
what's going to do Kobe Brissett.
yeah. Have some fun. Yeah. But,
Be the best quarterback on still other teams, which is funny at this point.
yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
All right. Let's go ahead and get into our upsets, underdogs for this week. I'm picking a team that's running hot right now, and they're playing a division rival. And I'm taking the Chicago Bears money line at Green Bay at plus 260. The Bears have a run game. The Bears can run the ball. So if they can get a little lead here, maybe like a touchdown, 10 points, it can just run the clock off. And they're just winning games right now. Everything's just starting to come together. I like this. And at plus 260, it's hard to pass up.
Yeah, that is also my lock this week, or my underdog this week. I got him at plus 250. I mean, basically, the thing for me is I don't even know how good I feel about this game, but at worst, it's a toss-up. I mean, if you're going to give me you're going to give me a 9-3 team playing against a division rival that's not for sure way better than them, I'm going to take plus 250 every day of the week. Value is just way too good to pass up.
Yeah, and I know Green Bay, to that point, I know Green Bay is finally starting to figure it out a little bit in these past couple weeks. But
That's because the Toyota-thon's happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't get that.
I could have told you that from the get-go. Okay, like if you just asked me why the Packers are good now, it's because it's Toyota-thon.
What I don't get that.
You don't know about Toyota-thon, Jordan
That was the
Love?
last thing I thought.
No, I've never heard.
Jordan Love, when the Toyota-thon is happening, is like maybe the best quarterback in NFL history statistically. I'm not joking about
What
that.
do you mean?
If you look at his games he's played while the Toyota-thon is going on, he legitimately is an MVP candidate every day of the week. It's hilarious. You should look it
Dalton,
up.
this seems like a stat you'd have been all over already.
You should absolutely. This is a real phenomenon.
It is. I mean, as soon as I started typing in Jordan Love, boy, Toyota-thon immediately came up.
Jordan Love during Toyota-thon, 4,005 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
He's like one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game when
Holy
Toyota-thon is going.
shit.
It's not a joke. It's the funniest thing on the planet. I love it.
How do they not have him in their commercials or anything?
They should if they haven't. They should
Yeah.
certainly think about it. Like
That might jinx it. I think
that's
they
the
gotta-
problem, man. Maybe
That's
they-
true.
yeah,
That's
maybe
very
he
true.
shouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe they have reached out. He's like, I don't want anything to do with this.
It's like a Madden
33
cover curse.
touchdowns and 1 pick.
Yeah, that is insane.
All
Especially
right,
for
now I
Is
hate my pick.
Toyota-thon the same time every year?
Yeah, I think
or-
so. Yeah, it's like November. Starts with
Yeah.
November something. I think. Yeah.
So he's just great
Son of a bitch.
towards
Dalton,
the end.
I
of
didn't
the
even
season.
know. I didn't even know it was.
we
Toyota.
messed up, Dalton. We forgot about Toyota-thon.
Sorry.
Dude,
I was like, now I have to know what
did-
Toyota-thon is. This is
I
bullshit.
depend on you to know these
Yeah.
types of things before the
You-
show, and you didn't have a back on this one. I blame you if this doesn't hit.
This is one of the dumbest things.
No, don't talk your way out of it. This is your fault. If this doesn't hit.
But who figured this out?
Dude. I don't remember who started it, but it's a real. Obviously,
Somebody
it
who was like-
exists.
Jordan Love plays really good every November.
I don't know what's going on.
Or-
It's a Toyota-thon.
Yeah.
Or just someone they just keep associating Jordan Love playing well, seeing lots of Toyota-thon commercials.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what I think they were.
Yeah.
Somebody probably saw a game where he threw like 4 touchdowns, and then it cuts like a Toyota-thon commercial. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how you like think to look that up, like, and then compile all the stats. Like,
Yeah. Just it's there.
it's impressive.
He also apparently has 31 deep completions, leads NFL, 91.9 PFF passing grade, leads NFL. Like it's comical.
Damn.
What are you supposed to do about it?
That was so funny.
So yeah, just throwing that out there. It doesn't mean that they can't win, but Jordan Love's going to make it hard, most likely. So that's all I'm going to say. And they get Jaden Reed back, I think, potentially this week. It's over. I don't know. No, anyway, I don't know. And
God, now
Is it me?
Dalton's about to
this
be
is sponsored
looking up
by
every.
Toyota, folks. No.
Yeah,
Now
Dalton, I'm going to need you to look into these and have a
We need to
report
find-
next week.
There's got to be a QB for like every.
Yeah, I was going to say,
It's
who's happy
honestly
Honda
opposite
days?
of like COD.
Yeah, I was about to say this is just
Like
Kyler
post COD
Murray.
release
Yeah.
Kyler. It's just like the.
I told my wife about that, and she thought it was the funniest thing.
It's because
ever.
it is. She's right.
Yeah.
It is the funniest thing.
All right,
Oh,
Jake,
God,
who's
yeah.
your underdog this
Now you
week?
get to tell her about Toyota.
Yeah,
What is football? What is
I'm about to blow, honey. I'm about to blow your mind even more.
What's funny is he's about to knock me. She is in her first ever fantasy football season in her entire life.
Yeah, I
He's
remember.
probably going to knock me out in the first round of the playoffs
Hell yeah, dude.
these next 2 weeks because
Get
ESPN, what are you doing with 2-week-long playoffs in fantasy?
Oh, that's
Always like that.
It's the dumbest
Stupid.
thing ever.
Yeah, that happened in my league last year, but nobody bothered to
Yeah,
thought to look. So
Yeah.
week 1 just ended, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm going to the championship," and then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you got a second playoff."
yeah.
It's so dumb.
Like, why is it my score resetting?
It's like, what the hell? No, anyway.
Okay. We're on underdog, right?
Yeah, we're on underdogs.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay,
And
all
just so you know, you have one Raiders rant left.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it.
We have a
All right,
lot
all
of
right.
one more
I'm
rating.
actively
You
the
can-
Raiders and the
you
Kings.
can pass
I'm
your-
actively choosing to not care about. I'm
Right.
done caring about.
You
either
can
of those
pass
teams,
your
so-
allotment to Dalton if you'd like.
Yeah,
Tickets are transfer.
I don't think he needs that type of stress. The Chip Kelly not reading plays was the last straw. I'm not talking about this. That was it. They're not a real team.
My bad, man.
My underdog this week is going to be the Texans money line at plus 152 against Kansas City.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do with this game. I mean, this is a huge. I think these are the two teams that are the first two out of the wild card race. So whoever loses this is going to be down and then not have the tiebreaker. So pretty much a kind of a playoff game. I mean, if either team loses, I don't think either team is winning their division. So kind of going to be on the outside looking in, but I really just don't have a lot of faith in the Chiefs. I think, Mahomes might have played his best game of the season last week, and they still couldn't bring it home. Houston's won 4 in a row. They have CJ Stroud back. They have an elite defense. It still scares me to bet against the Chiefs when they're at home, but I'm slowly starting to be convinced that these are not the same Chiefs as we've seen the last few years. So I kind of just like the value there, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong about them again, but we'll see.
Fair enough. I kind of agree with you that the Chiefs just don't got the juice, man. They don't got it right now.
Yeah,
They're
they don't.
clutch, which is so weird. They're the opposite. You could argue the offense is much better and the defense is still fun, but they just don't have the clutch gene right now. Just simply can't.
Yeah.
When it matters.
Seeing Mahomes play as well as he did last week and they still lost was kind of
yeah, it's
for me that was kind of okay, they might be out of it.
I think what's catching up to them is the fact that, at the end of the day, they are an average roster everywhere but 2 spots where they have Hall of Famers, and that's it.
Yeah.
They have Mahomes and Chris Jones. And even I'm not even including Travis Kelce because Travis Kelce at this point is at best an average tight end.
He's better somehow this year, which is funny, but he's still not the same Travis Kelce, so it's like.
I mean, he's only better because Mahomes has to do so much right now, and Mahomes it's just Mahomes running for his life, and then sometimes finding Kelce or just taking off and running.
Yeah.
But I mean, the offense is just. I mean, the offense is kind of a nightmare that only works because of Mahomes, and the defense is just average.
Yeah. So, plus Texans are just more fun at this point. I'd rather them win, so I'm glad that Jake went that direction.
Are they still fun though now that Stroud's back?
Yeah, well, that's terrible.
A little less fun. I would say I like the Davis Mills.
Davis Mills was fun, but it's still just Davis Mills at the end of the day. So.
Yeah,
correct.
So no, they're less scrappy. They feel less scrappy for sure. Yeah. It's a little less scrappy.
All the words.
Scrappy. What do you mean, Dalton? I mean, look at Davis Mills. You're telling me that doesn't look like scrappy right there?
Oh no, he looks very scrappy.
Definition of in the dictionary. Long ass neck. Anyway, despite my Toyota-thon situation that I let Dalton know about, I also have the Bears money. Listen, I'm betting on
against 33 touchdowns.
I know. I'm betting on about Jordan Love and bet against it.
I did because I'm betting on Jordan Love playing awesome, and that the rest of the Packers forget to show up because the Packers are weird this year, and I think the Bears are on a heater. And Ben Johnson is basically king of the world in every circle that you talk about in the NFL right now. Good for him. I just think that this also was just the best value that I could find this week that I sort of believed in a little bit. Could the Packers definitely take care of business at home pretty easily against this Bears team? Sure. But it's more fun to assume the Bears are going to take a stranglehold on this division in the first year of Ben Johnson's tenure there, and I think it'd be very funny if they do that. So, especially after the Packers traded for Micah Parsons and they still don't win the division somehow. It'd be very funny if that's what happens. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with there. So,
yeah.
Put-a-thon be done.
Yeah, I like that he did know the stat and still bet on it, so it makes me feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, I don't know if he should.
But all right. Let's go ahead and get into our parlays. Obviously, I just have my 3 picks here. I have Dallas plus 3, Bengals plus 5.5, and Bears money line. All 3 of those together is at plus 1,241.
Love it.
Nice.
All right. For my parlay this week, I got Steelers plus 6 against the Ravens because, as we talked about before, it's just going to be a ugly, gross, close game. And then this next one I'm going to preface this by saying I made this bet because I'm a pussy. I should have bet Jags to cover. I'm not, though. I'm taking under 48.5 in the Colts-Jaguars game because I just don't really believe that the Colts are going to drop 4 in a row. I'm just not convinced that's going to happen. Also, part of it is I'm very much I have a conflict of interest here because I need the Colts to win one more game to hit my future bet on Colts over 10 wins or 10 plus wins.
Yeah.
So I just can't bring myself to bet against them. But plus, it's going to be a low-scoring game. The under is going to hit pretty comfortably in that one. And then finally, I got Dolphins minus 2.5 against the Jets because, the Dolphins might not be very good. Tua might be terrible. Tua might throw 3 picks in this game against the Jets. And it still probably won't matter because the Jets are a terrible team, quarterbacked by Tyrod Taylor. They have no talent. And Aaron Glenn.
They're bums. They're ass.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Aaron Glenn, not a good coach right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
It just needs to be said like that. That man does not look like he understands how to manage games really at all. The Jets are just a big old bowl of ass. And I think the Dolphins are at least, they're a disappointing team, but they're at least a real NFL team at this point.
They have been surging recently. I just trust that. I just don't trust them that they can play when the weather is like you need a jacket.
Yeah.
Which I know that sounds insane for an NFL team, but it feels real. Unfortunately,
I get it.
Those candy ass uniforms don't work.
Don't work. It don't work in the cold. No. They got one dude who's used to it now with Minka, and that's about it. It feels like
they need to go back to soft. They need to go back to the helmet inception.
Yes.
Yes. And but those 3 games parlay at plus 556.
Nice.
I had the Seahawks -7, the Broncos -7.5. I did take the Jags money line at plus 108. That's kind of just a toss-up. I don't really know what to do with that game, so I just kind of went with the better value there. I could see it going either way. Steelers plus 5.5, Texans money line at plus 152, and then I did take the Chargers money line against the Eagles at plus 130. It's just hard for me to believe in the Eagles right now. I know the Chargers are an inconsistent team at times, so I totally would understand betting on the Eagles there, but I don't know. Last week against the Bears, they have a similar vibe to, what was it, 2023 when they kind of collapsed down the stretch. It just kind of feels the same way to me. So I think the Chargers have enough talent to get him at home, but that one also, I could see going the other way. But those 6 picks come out to plus 8,405. So $5 pays out to a nice 420.
Nice.
Nice. A little early in the year, but nice.
Yeah.
So funny.
They're great because they're like, what if we had monsters at most positions, but then we ran an offense because Jalen Hurts is our quarterback and we're not good at running offense. That doesn't work then. And also Saquon Barkley is probably overworked, considering he had a billion touches last year. But Johnson is also hurt, so that helps a lot. Yeah.
They're simultaneously arguably the best organization in the league and possibly one of the top 3 most toxic now.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Just pure toxicity from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's always
they're the Warriors.
Yeah, you know what? There you go.
Winning championships and beating the shit out of each other in practice.
Yeah. There you go. Actually, fair enough. So funny. I have my 3 picks from earlier. So the Jets plus 3, Rams -8.5, and Bears money line. Seahawks -7. I think you had this in yours, Jake. The Falcons are just so bad. They're not good.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is so beyond cooked against real football teams that it's kind of insane.
I could not believe that there's only a 7-point spread.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Seahawks that people are, I think, starting to cool on them a little bit with Darnold's 4-pick game and then kind of only sort of playing with their food against the Titans. It's just kind of, what are you going to do? But I think they can take care of business there. And then Ravens -5.5. I want it to be over. There's my rationale. I want the Steelers to get their teeth kicked in so that they stop pretending that they aren't who they are, which is not good. And I want them to not even have to think about the playoffs, because if they lose this game, I think it's very much over, because they're certainly not making the wild card, and they're not beating the Ravens in Week 18, which is probably going to be the game they'd have to win. I don't think they're going to do it. And honestly, I hope they go 8-9, just so Mike doesn't have the ability to say, well, not that he cares about this. This is fans doing this. I haven't had a losing season before.
Yeah.
No one cares about that, including me at this point. It's you talked about this earlier, Dalton. I won't spend too much time on this. It doesn't. You could say Mike Tomlin's the best coach in the NFL, or he's the 30th best coach. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't be coaching this football team anymore. Yeah. This is not working. It hasn't worked for a decade. An actual whole decade of my life has been spent watching this team sort of kind of do shit until the end of the season, win 10 games, and then crap their pants in front of live audience across the country every year that they make the playoffs. It's not working anymore. The defense is the most expensive, and also nobody plays good except for 2 guys, both of which don't make any money right now. What do you I don't know what I'm talking about. What are you supposed to say about this team?
I will add to your rant by saying that I don't think a single coach that is there right now should.
It just doesn't work.
It's they're probably aside from the Raiders, who are in a league of their own, they might be the worst coached team, just with the personnel and scheme and stuff. I don't want to get too into your Steelers rant, but
no, it's just they need to just go away, and they need to stop for this rest of this year. They need to stop pretending like they aren't. This team picked up Adam Thielen off of waivers.
Do you see the
tweet
in the chat that was the tweet in the chat that was Mike Tomlin's going to say we can't eat soup with
fork and then sign a 2018 Pro Bowler, and he literally did it. He literally that's what he did. He's like, oh, Adam Thielen hasn't played much this year. He must be rested. Let's get him in here. He hasn't played much because he's not good anymore because he's 35.
Yeah, he has 8 catches. And then Aaron Rodgers today said, "Oh, I think he's got a lot left in the tank."
To be fair,
He had 8 catches.
To be fair, Adam Thielen has been spending most of the year playing with Carson Wentz and JJ McCarthy throwing him the ball.
This is true.
Yeah.
And he's also playing behind Addison and Jefferson.
And Jalen Naylor. I would also argue, though, that the quarterback situation for the Steelers may not be worse than the Vikings, but it is certainly sadder. So you take that as you will. This team threw for 117 yards in a game they lost by 20 points almost.
Yeah.
You didn't even get garbage time yards?
That's why they need receiver help.
The Bills ran for like
249 yards to be exact.
over
Jake.
2 times more than the Steelers passed for.
Yeah, they had more than twice as many rush attempts as we had pass attempts in a game that we lost by double digits.
I mean, you could argue that. Oh, also, I just looked at the Steelers' depth chart.
Yeah.
The 3 wide receivers behind their starters might be one of the funniest things in the year 2025 because it is Adam Thielen, and Adam Thielen's not even the funniest name I'm gonna say. We got Ben Skoranek.
Yep.
And
Scott.
Is this the same Scotty Miller from years ago?
It is the same Scotty Miller who caught a touchdown in the NFC Championship game for Tom Brady and for the Bucs. This is the same one. And he might have been like the best one in preseason for us.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Thielen, and then looking at the guys ahead of them in the depth chart, Adam Thielen might be the second or third best receiver on the Steelers team.
I think that if they wanted Roman Wilson to be good, he would be better than Thielen at this point because Thielen's 35. But they don't want to, and you can't convince me otherwise. You will see this man. Like, there was a play last week. He dusted a corner and would have been a touchdown, and Aaron Rodgers fucked it up so bad on the throw that it didn't even get
He threw it like out of bounds.
It was insane. I've never seen anything. It's like the universe is telling Roman Wilson to kick rocks.
Roman,
it's crazy.
I'm actually a huge Roman Wilson believer. I think he's really good.
If you just watched like a cut
the
up of him running
the
routes,
Steelers will give Thielen like more reps than him. Like
he will start over the rest of the guys the rest of the year because he's 35. Anyway, that's my reason for that. I hope the Ravens kick the shit out of them and I don't have to talk about them in a positive light the rest of the year.
I understand that though, because I had to watch team bench their highest graded offensive lineman this week.
Yes,
so
that's cool.
I totally understand that.
We love that.
I'll let you continue.
Yeah, that's it. Plus 4,426 on the 5-leg parlay. And if they do win this game, by the way, because I did my Steelers show earlier today, definitely check that out, guys. Stillcurtain.com. Listen, if they win that game, it will be insufferable for me for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
so I know what's going to happen. They're going to beat the Ravens if they do. Obviously, they're going to lose to the Dolphins later this year because, of course, they would. At home too, which is crazy because it's going to be like 10 degrees outside. They'll still lose to them. They'll beat the Lions. Interception. Well, for sure. I guarantee he's getting 2 picks when we play him. They're going to beat the Lions for some reason. Again, because why not? I don't know. And then I don't even remember who else they play the rest of this year. It doesn't matter. They'll lose to the Browns. And like somehow the Ravens will also have the same record as them, and the Ravens will beat the doors off them. And then they'll go home and not make the playoffs. And they'll be like 8-9. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. So I'd rather them just lose now and just forget talk. I don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
So there you go. But I've said my piece.
Well, Shane, we appreciate that. We know how it's going to go, though. 9-8. It's inevitable.
9-8.
It's inevitable, but yeah. All right. Has everyone got their piece with their team?
Yes.
Everyone said is what they wanted to say. Okay.
Hey, Casey, your Niners won last week.
They did. I was shocked. They did. I was shocked on that one. They kind of broke the curse against the Browns.
Brock Purdy does finky right now. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know.
I mean,
he'll probably figure it out, but it feels a little stinky.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say about that. I get that Mac Jones coming in and having success he did has thrown a wrench into everything. But at the same time, we've seen this happen multiple times with Shanahan where he brings in a guy, gets gets them the kind of coaching that they need and they have some success and then they just move on. But Brock Purdy I think he is the one guy that we have to just keep going with, even though he hit his 3 interceptions in the first half. I get it.
That one, to be fair, like the last one was also J.C. Horn being an absolute menace to society, to be fair. Like that was a funny-ass play by him. He's like, oh, you think you're going to throw the backside dig away from me? I'm just going to run that down somehow anyway. Screw you. Like, that's fair. I can't really be mad at Brock for that one. But the problem with him, ultimately, I don't want to make this the rest of this show a Brock Purdy rant. He just does the same thing that a lot of guys that don't have a lot of arm talent do, where it's like, fuck it, I'll throw it anyway. And then it just doesn't work. And I'm like, hey, Brock, you don't have to do that. You play in the one offense, you don't really ever have to do that. Like, let's just not play that game.
I forget where I heard this week, but someone said that watching Brock Purdy throw an interception is awesome because whenever he does throw an interception, it's usually like 45 yards downfield. So you think it's going to be some crazy reception by like Pearsall or Kittle, but it's just like a floating ball to the safety. So I get it. I mean, having the 8 weeks off didn't help him, but at the same time, you're getting paid almost $250 million, so you better figure it out at this point.
That's the issue.
Yeah. Honestly, it was fun when he wasn't getting paid $50 million a year. Yeah. Now that he is. It's not as fun anymore when he's not.
No one would be complaining about Brock Purdy right now if he were making $20 million a year.
I get it, and I think that I truly believe that it'll be fine. I think he'll figure it out.
I'm not even saying they should benchmark anything. I just wondering what's going on there because
I think it's just a mix of he had 8 weeks off and then I don't know. I just think that kind of threw a wrench in everything, but. I don't know. I get the Mac Jones thing just makes everything way more cloudy than it needs to be, but I think you just have to stick with him. I think it's fine. I think he'll be back to his normal ways of just throwing these magic balls and figuring out a way to get a completion instead of throwing it 5 yards past the receiver to the safety or something like that. So I don't know. He'll figure it out, but it has not been fun to watch, and it's definitely been a field day for the Purdy haters right now in the past few weeks. So we'll see what happens. But
we'll figure it out.
They're winning. I can't complain. They're still winning.
Yeah, they're gonna get to at least 12 wins regardless.
They're gonna play a team in the playoffs who gets fucking annihilated though. I feel bad for you, honestly, a little bit.
Yeah, like
that team is not. There's so many players not playing for them.
Yeah, the defense scares me because right now Salah's doing a good job of like making adjustments and doing what he can with what he has. But if we have to play the Rams again in the first round or something like that, it's not gonna be good. So I'm glad that we split the series with him and we don't have to play them again in the regular season. So we'll see what happens though. All right. Everyone has spoke about their teams now.
Sorry,
we're good to go. No,
Casey, my bad.
It's fine. It's fine. I get it.
We can't all have Jordan Love during Toyotathon, you know.
Yeah, we all can't have Jordan Love Toyotathon. But like we were on the board with our turkey touchdown parlay, so we are on the board for the year. We're gonna try again this week. We have everyone back, so it's gonna be a 4-legger. So it's gonna be the odds are gonna be up there. So be on the lookout for that. We will have it. We definitely appreciate you guys tuning in to episode 35. Next week, we'll have Army Navy.
Yeah.
And then, so it'll definitely be an NFL heavy episode. And then we'll definitely be betting on other sports. Obviously, we have basketball and hockey and things like that. So definitely tune in next week. We appreciate you watching this week. Let us know if you follow any of our bets and be on the lookout on our Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, page.